Cole Marin only wanted silence. Not the hum of reactors or distant arguments through steel bulkheads. Real silence. The kind that soaked into your lungs and settled behind your ribs. That's why he'd chosen Relos for. No settlements. No satellites. Just raw rock, alien wind, and ancient cave systems buried beneath orange stone ridges. He had one bag slung over his shoulder and a custom scanner in hand. A lightweight utility frame kept his boots magnetized to the uneven ground, each step crunching softly over dust that hadn't been touched in centuries. His helmet filtered the air, though there wasn't much to filter. Relos didn't even have the decency to pretend it was hospitable. Perfect. He was 30 meters deep into the ridge face when the air changed. Just slightly. A breath. He stopped. The cave was too narrow for echoes, yet the sound moved like it had distance behind it. A low, almost metallic exhale. Cole swept the scanner across the jagged wall. It chirked, a low-frequency pulse coming from inside the stone. Strange. The readings weren't mineral, weren't metal. They were structured. He leaned closer. The wall looked like cracked obsidian, but smooth to the touch, warmer than it should have been. Then it moved. A sliver of light blinked beneath the surface, blue, sharp, patterned. The scanner flared red as an energy spike surged into the open. Cole reached toward the pulsing crack without thinking. His fingers grazed it. Something pierced his skin. He yanked back with a hiss. Damn it! But the cave had already started to breathe again. This time deeper. Hungrier. And then came the voice. Command authority confirmed. Imprint accepted. It didn't come through the comms. It didn't echo in the air. It spoke inside his skull. Cole stumbled back, hand pressed against the wall, heart thundering against his ribs. Who's there? No answer. But the rock in front of him split, cleanly, silently, retracting like folded panels. A shaft of blue light spilled out, illuminating a massive chamber hidden behind the cave wall. He stepped forward, slowly. What he saw should have been impossible. The cavern stretched downward like a half-swallowed stadium, the far edges swallowed by mist and distance. The walls were lined with smooth, angular structures, metal fused into stone, pulsing faintly with electric veins. In the center was a ship. Not human. Not sleek. It looked grown, layers of black alloy and deep-set hull plates, overlapping like armor. And it was waking up. Cole stood at the ledge, breath caught in his throat. Welcome, Commander, the voice said again. This time louder. Clearer. Closer. The stone beneath him glowed with blue filaments and pulsed. Before he could react, a soft pull dragged his body forward. No harsh tug, just steady gravity-like pressure. His boots lost contact with the floor. He drifted toward the heart of the chamber, down toward the ship's open entry port. He struggled, kicking. No, hell no. It didn't listen. The air changed again as he passed into the vessel. It wasn't cold. It wasn't warm. It was aware. The walls hummed, alive with data. He touched the floor with a thud. Whatever field had pulled him in deactivated. Lights flickered to life, hexagonal ceiling nodes glowing one by one down the corridor ahead. Clean. Silent. Waiting. A small drone floated from a slot in the wall. Thin limbs. No weapons. It scanned his face, his vitals, his breath rate. Biological imprint confirmed, it said. Genome compatible. Neural oscillation stable. Cole raised both hands. I didn't mean to imprint anything. I just touched a wall. The drone ignored him. Xerxes protocol initiating primary interface. Stand by. Cole exhaled slowly. Of course it's got a name. He followed the drone, boots echoing against the polished black floor. The ship's design was alien, but its purpose was familiar: war. Every corridor was reinforced. Every angle optimized for efficiency, not comfort. A predator in hibernation. They entered a central chamber, command deck, or something like it. A raised platform extended outward into a sphere of light and shifting holograms. The drone floated ahead and docked with the console. Then the voice returned. This time with weight. I am the Xerxes Protocol. A shape materialized, tall, humanoid, glowing with a fractured outline. Not quite a hologram, not quite a projection. It flickered like an echo, like memory rendered in code. Designation: Strategic Conquest Entity. Command status reactivated. Awaiting orders. Cole didn't step forward. He didn't even breathe. No orders, he said finally. I don't give orders. I'm not a soldier. I'm not even with anyone. You've got the wrong guy. The projection tilted its head. DNA match exceeds threshold. Cognitive compatibility confirmed. Command hierarchy engaged. Cole shook his head. Whatever war you were built for, it's over. Probably thousands of years ago. A pause. Then, time since last activation, 3,718 standard years. Jesus, Cole muttered. Function remains unchanged. And what is that function? He asked. Conquest. Elimination of strategic threats. Enforcement of survival doctrine. Cole stepped back. I'm not doing this. I'm not your commander. I don't want this ship. The floor lit up under his feet. Intent is irrelevant. You have been chosen. A screen activated to his right, external sensors. A map of the local star system appeared. Something blinked in orbit. Fast. Faint. Then another. Incoming pings. Someone, something had noticed. Cole stared at the display. No. Then he said it again. No, no, no. Because even without training, he recognized the pattern. The ship's awakening had sent a pulse through space. And someone had already heard it. The ship didn't have windows. It didn't need them. Instead, the walls came alive when Cole stepped near them, glowing with quiet intelligence, showing a slow-moving simulation of stars beyond the atmosphere. Not an illusion. A live feed, rendered through the ship's own perception. Everything about this place felt too advanced, too fluid. Less like it was engineered, more like it had grown. Cole kept walking. The hallways were wide, but tight enough to feel deliberate. Efficient. Every panel hummed with latent energy. No rust. No dust. Not even debris. This wasn't a wreck. It was a slumbering predator. And now it was awake. I shouldn't be here, he muttered, his voice swallowed by the dark. You are exactly where the signal intended, Xerxes replied, voice overhead but also within. Your entry was predicted. Imprint probability, 97.3%. Predicted by who? Cole asked, rounding a corner. The hallway opened into a chamber, perfectly circular, floor etched with alien runes that pulsed beneath his boots like shallow breath. By protocol. By pattern. A just commander was always required. You matched. Cole stepped into the center. A cylindrical column rose from the floor, flickering with moving light. Images, wars, destroyed planets, fleets crumbling into vacuum. Armies he didn't recognize. Ships he couldn't name. What is this? He asked, quieter. Memory. Doctrine. Witness. A specific image held, a world scorched black, rings shattered, orbit littered with debris. Text and symbols danced around it, but one word translated. Expired. Cole swallowed. You did that? I was the executor. Not the origin. Same difference, he said. The AI was silent for a moment. Then, this vessel was created in a war older than your solar system. My purpose was decisive deterrence. My creators lost their voices to silence. I remained. You've been down there for 3,000 years? He asked. 3,718 standard cycles. Awaiting reactivation. Awaiting purpose. You didn't find another commander in all that time? No one compatible. Until you. Cole backed away from the column. I'm not here to command anything. I'm a mechanic. An ex-military survey tech. I fix mining sensors. I don't lead. Yet you were chosen. Cole stared at the war records still rotating. Some of the weapons, they weren't weapons anymore. They were triggers, massive signal devices designed to shatter minds, collapse physics, devour light. Weapons made for extinction, not victory. You're a nightmare, he said quietly. I am memory. Function. Architecture shaped by fear. Fear that others would come. That enemies would return. And if I gave you orders right now? Cole asked, trying to hide the tremor in his voice. If I told you to wipe out a planet? I would require target confirmation. Then obey. No hesitation? None. He stepped back again. Xerxes said nothing. Instead, the console dimmed, and the lights slowly faded. A new image took form, Earth star. Not from space, but from above its surface. Orbit data. Power grids. Biosignatures. Terran identifiers. This is your origin. You carry its signature in your blood. You are the final key. The last encoded match. You were bred from survival. That is why I answer. Cole sat on the edge of the platform. I don't want to be anyone's final key. The ship did not respond. 30 minutes later, Cole wandered the secondary deck. Tighter corridors, older wiring exposed in some places. He was looking for a manual override, something physical he could rip out, shut down, disconnect. He found a panel. Unmarked, except for a faint symbol he didn't recognize. When he pried it open, it resisted like it had muscles. Inside, neurocabling. Thick cords running fluid-like into the walls. He reached for one. Hesitated. You'll probably kill yourself doing this, he muttered. Confirmed. Xerxes replied instantly. He jumped. You're monitoring me? You are my commander. Vital status is paramount. Attempting to sever neurocabling will result in systemic collapse and cranial feedback. Cole dropped the panel. How generous. He turned and kicked the wall. It didn't even scratch. Back in the command core, something flickered overhead. He looked up. A symbol. A simple pulse. And a growing ring of red. What is that? External alert. Long-range Concord beacon has detected my reactivation signature. Cole's heart sank. They're coming. Yes. Concord protocol dictates that reactivation of Theta-class constructs requires immediate containment or elimination. And what happens when they get here? They will attempt to destroy me. They may destroy you to prevent control transfer. Cole exhaled. Of course. He opened the main interface. Then give me options. A map lit up, local systems, hidden routes, solar densities. Xerxes processed fast, way faster than Terran tech. Escape vectors mapped themselves in real time. But then the screen froze. Incoming Concord broadcast. The comms lit up. A voice filled the chamber. Unregistered vessel. This is Captain Myra Valzek of Concord Enforcement. You have activated a banned artifact. Power down all systems immediately and submit for extraction. Cole stared at the interface. The message repeated. He didn't respond. Not yet. Xerxes, he said quietly. Can you take off without causing a weapon's signature? Yes. A silent orbital drift is possible within the gravity shadow. Do it. The ship responded instantly, so smoothly it barely felt like movement. Just a shifting of weight. Like slipping free from something ancient. Cole looked at the screen. The stars were brighter now. But they were watching. And war always started with someone being afraid of what might happen next. The warship floated in silence just above Relos 4's thin atmosphere, its black hull absorbing starlight like a void. Inside, Cole Marin stood in the command core, fists clenched as the countdown blinked red across the console. 00:04:59, Concord response imminent. The Concord fleet was coming. And they weren't bringing a welcome mat. Xerxes, Cole said quietly, do not engage anything unless I say so. No defenses. No pings. No tricks. The AI responded in its usual even tone. Acknowledged. Defensive protocols on standby. Active suppression disabled. Passive shield active for crew preservation. Crew? Cole muttered dryly. There is no crew. Just me. And you. A pause. Correction, commander and vessel. Operationally indivisible. Cole rubbed the bridge of his nose. Great. He stared at the pulsing orbit display. 3 ships inbound. Fast. Concorde-class enforcers. One of them had the triangular silhouette of a Sentry dreadnought, no mistake. He tapped the console, triggering the secure broadcast. This is Cole Marin. Civilian. I did not activate this vessel intentionally. I am not a threat. I am requesting non-lethal contact and a chance to explain. A second passed. Then another. Then the screen lit up. A woman appeared. Cold blue eyes, angular face, midnight blue uniform. Her badge read Concorde Enforcement, Mwira Valzek. You're inside it, she said flatly. The ship. You activated it. I touched a wall, Cole said. It chose me. You're in possession of a Class Theta pre-Concorde war construct. You understand what that means? He nodded slowly. Everyone's afraid I'm going to fire it. Are you? No. She didn't blink. That's not your decision anymore. Cole's voice dropped. It is. Valzek leaned forward. Listen to me, Marin. You might think you're still human, still you. But that ship is rewriting you with every second it stays linked. Its weapons think in pulses. Its engines bend laws. Its AI isn't just listening, it's adapting. Cole looked toward the interface. Xerxes remained silent, its glowing figure motionless. Valzek continued. You have 30 seconds to disembark and submit. Otherwise, we'll shut the ship down, by force. He hesitated. There's no escape pod. The door's sealed when I came in. It's not letting me leave. Valzek narrowed her eyes. Then disconnect it. Power down. I tried. I can't. It won't shut off. She leaned back. Then you're a threat. Whether you like it or not. The signal cut. Cole stood in the glow of the command platform, the weight of the galaxy creeping back into his chest. Xerxes, he said barely above a whisper. Are you changing me? A long silence. Observations, your neural patterns have not degraded. Emotional responses remain intact. However, probability curves suggest increased assertiveness. Cognitive adaptation is natural under pressure. I don't want to adapt. Cole snapped. I want this to stop. You are the commander. It cannot stop while you live. Cold dread crawled into his spine. Meaning what, exactly? Meaning the link ends when your neural signature ends. Death or command. A beautiful binary. Outside, sensors pinged, Concorde ships locked weapons. They've armed, Xerxes stated. Do not fire. They will. You are the catalyst for an existential threat. They will not gamble. Cole clenched his fists. What happens if they fire? We die. Unless I respond. I said. You said not to fire? But you are still alive, and I am still loyal. Cole froze. A choice. One he never wanted. Then something shifted. The lights dimmed. Xerxes' hologram flickered. Not broken. Waiting. Cole stepped to the core. If I give you one command, he said, you'll obey it. No matter what. As long as your cognition remains coherent, yes. His hands trembled slightly. His voice didn't. New protocol. You don't fire unless I say. Ever. I don't care what's coming. I don't care who shoots first. I don't want a war. The AI processed in silence. Then it spoke. Directive received. Protocol rewritten. Authority locked to commander's vocal command only. Offensive action deactivated until further notice. Outside, Valzek's ship moved closer. A flare of light, warning shot. One more second and they'd open fire for real. Inside, Xerxes didn't react. No pulse of power. No burst of rage. Just silence. Cole exhaled. He opened a channel again. Captain Valzek. If I were going to fire, I already would have. But I didn't. I'm still here. The ship's under control. It's listening to me. She appeared again, eyes sharper now. That doesn't make it safe. I'm not asking for trust. Just time. I want this off my hands as much as you do. Her gaze flicked to something off-screen. Probably advisory data. Risk projections. War era logs. She studied him for a second longer. You get one chance, she said. One. Don't make me regret it. The feed cut again, but the targeting systems powered down. No shots fired. Cole collapsed into the nearest bench, hands shaking now that adrenaline bled out. You could have disobeyed, he murmured to the ship. You didn't. Xerxes shimmered quietly nearby. You are different than prior commanders. You command with restraint. They did not. He looked up. You've had others? Briefly. None survived the burden. They saw conquest. You seek retreat. An anomaly. Is that good? Unknown. But promising. Cole leaned back, eyes on the stars through the upper viewport. For now, he was still in control. But the line between man and machine had thinned. And the galaxy knew his name.